Good morning, my dear students. I'm happy to be with you, Mr. Omar Abdelghani, Al-Mustabil Language School. I hope you all have a good time at home. Of course, we miss you so much. Let's start our lesson today, Unit 16. Unit 16, the title is The Water Cycle. Today we are going to talk about grammar, passive voice, especially present simple. You can open your book, page 36. Today I'm going to use present simple passive in affirmative, negative, and interrogative. Okay, let's start our lesson. Before we start, I'd like to ask you a question. What do we mean by passive voice? Yes? Excellent. Good, Malak. Passive voice, I use it when we don't know who exactly do or does, of course, the action. So we use passive voice. Today we are going to talk about present simple tense. And as you know, present simple, we add s or es to the verb when it's he, she, or it, or the subject is singular. And if it's a plural, of course, we don't add anything. So we have a sentence here. He writes the lessons every day. He writes the lessons every day. I want you to change it into the passive voice. Onto passive. Of course, we have some steps. The first step is to begin with the direct object. Yes, right, excellent. The direct object, which will be the word the lessons. After that, write verb to be in a suitable tense for the main verb. If you look at the main verb, as I told you, writes, it's in the present simple. So you have to choose am, is, or are, but according to the subject or the new subject of the word the lessons. So after that, after you put are, the lessons are, write a past participle of the main verb. Written, right, excellent. Then write by and the subject. So the sentence will be he writes the lessons every day. Yes, who can say before me? Is good, Basim. The lessons are written. The lessons are written every day. The lessons are written every day. So the rule will be am, is, are plus past participle. The rule will be again am or is or are according to the subject or the new subject of the sentence plus past participle. This is the present simple, but in the affirmative form. What about negative? Like this example. They don't eat lunch at school. They don't eat lunch at school. I want you to change it into passive. What can you do? Yes? Excellent, Ahmed. Good. Good. I can hear you. Who else? Shada. Yes, Shada. Lunch isn't eaten at school. So I started with the word lunch. This is the direct object. Then I looked at the verb don't eat. It's a present simple. So I wrote isn't, not is, because the sentence excellent, I can hear you, is negative. So it will be isn't. After that, look at the verb the main verb eat, it will be eaten. So lunch isn't eaten at school. Lunch isn't eaten at school. Another one, he doesn't use the new tools. Who can change the sentence into passive form? Yes, Yusuf. Okay, I can hear you. What should we start with? Yes, the girls. With me? Yes, the new tools. Not tools or not the new only. No, the new tools. The noun with its adjective, right. The new tools. The new tools? Who can say? Yes, right. The new tools aren't used by him. So I started with the new tools. After that, we looked at the main verb doesn't use. It's present simple in the negative. I put aren't. After that, I changed the main verb use into used. The new tools aren't used by him. So the rule is, what's our rule? Isn't or aren't plus past participle. Isn't or aren't plus past participle. Okay. After that, I'm going to tell you about the present simple with yes no questions. For example, do you eat your lunch at school? This is a question. Do you eat your lunch at school? Who can answer this question, or who can change this question into passive form? Yes, Salah. Excellent. Is your lunch eaten at school? Again, I started with is because you are talking about present simple. Then you put your lunch. Is your lunch eaten at school? This is the question. So the rule will be am, is or are plus the subject, then the past participle of the main verb. What about WH questions? For example, we have, why do you write your name here? This is a question. Why do you write your name here? I don't want you to answer such a question, but I want you to change it into passive form. So who can answer yes? Why is your name written here? I started with the WH question. Why? Then do you write? Do you write? This is present simple. You have to choose is, am or are, but I chose is because your name is, yes, excellent, singular. So is your name. After that, look at the verb, right, and change it into past participle, written. Why is your name written here? Good. Another question. Clouds are blown by the wind. Clouds are blown by the wind. This is affirmative, of course. I want you to make question using what? So the answer will be, what are clouds blown by? What are clouds blown by? I started with what, then are, after that clouds, like scissors, you know, clouds blown by. I cancelled, of course, the word the wind because it's the answer. So the rule will be question word what, for example, then am is are, like are here, then the subject clouds and the past participle, and of course the question mark. Question word what, where, when, as you like, am is are, subject, then the past participle. So I can conclude or tell you conclusion of the lesson before the homework. Let's go back. I told you that our lesson today is about present simple tense but in passive voice. Okay, I promised you to tell you about affirmative, negative, and interrogative, and how to change the present simple into passive. Okay, this is our aim today. We started the sentence and the steps. He writes the lessons every day. I told you the steps. Begin with the direct object, like the lessons. Write verb to be in a suitable tense for the main verb, am, is, are. Then write the past participle of the main verb. After that, write by plus the subject. So you can, the answer would be in such a sentence. In the other page, it will be what he writes: the lessons every day. The lessons are written every day. Then I told you about the negative. Of course, you know the negative of the present simple using don't or doesn't. But in the passive, you have to put isn't or aren't or am not. Okay, according to the verb. So isn't eating or yes at school. Of course, by the way, we can add here what we can add am not. Of course, I'm not concerned, and so on. Lunch isn't eaten at school. He doesn't use the new tools. The new tools aren't used by him. Then I told you about yes no question and do you eat your lunch at school. I told you to start with is or am or are, then the subject like your lunch here, and the past participle eaten, and the rest of the sentence. Is your lunch eaten at school? So am, is, are plus subject plus past participle. After that, I told you about WH questions, like these questions. Why do you write your name here? It will be why is your name written here? Clouds are blown by the wind. What are clouds blown by? So the rule would be question word am, is, are plus subject plus past participle. What about our homework? Of course, you have your booklets at home. Okay, if you open your booklet, unit 16, hello booklet, I mean, of course, new hello booklet. Open your booklet, unit 16. You will find the section of the lesson of the grammar, unit 16 grammar lesson 2, and you will find homework. You can answer this homework there. Now I came to the end of my lesson for you today. I hope you enjoy your life at home, and I hope you online learning in English and all other subjects. Of course, we miss you so much at school, and I hope to see you soon, inshallah. Thank you for your good listening today, and I'm waiting for your comments, your questions, and of course, I'm waiting for your homework to be answered. Okay? Thank you again and again. Hoping to see you again, inshallah. Goodbye.